Please! I've been robbed! The rogue stabbed me, made off with my belongings. Blast! I can't believe I lost the amulet!
Damn, Freeman. We refugees are an easy target. There's little we can do to defend ourselves. I am a refugee heading west from the Tuatha coast. A grieving son leaving his dead mother behind. To think there is scum that would steal a man's sole inheritance. They should be ashamed of themselves. With all they have, the least they can do is spare a little extra for the dying. We're not bad people, just unlucky. Haven't you heard? The Tuatha have moved raiding parties inland. They've sacked homes all along the coast. Farms burned, whole families killed. Those of us that have survived are moving west, hoping the summer fae will provide a safe haven. The last hope for the hopeless. It was an item of much sentimental value. It had a name. The Heir of Barnabas. No, the Eye of Sunspar. It was something ridiculous. Not professional bandits, exactly, but sly enough to cut a living out of this dried and dusty wasteland. You never know where they're going to strike next. I don't know. It looked like one of the bandits that prey on us poor refugees. That amulet could fetch a fair sum. I don't know. It looked like one of the bandits that prey on us poor refugees. That amulet could fetch a fair sum. So I am. What of it? My treacherous partner stuck me when my back was turned. First he nicked me, then he nicked my bag. Not like it matters. If you bring that amulet, I'll pay you for it. It's that simple. Mine or not, I intend to have that prize. Don't insult me. You know damn well who I am, and what I've done. I'm surprised Emundus's wrinkled old head had enough sense left to tell you. So, old Emundus knows what happened. Well, I don't have the amulet. Gelt does. He took it from me. In exchange, he left his dagger in my shoulder. He went north. Do you have it? Help me! Bandits stole my amulet, the Eye of Amun, and I must get it back. Please! He went north. What is it now? I've told you before and I'll tell you again. We will leave when there is someplace else for us to go. Tell your friends in Emaire that as long as the Tuatha burn our homes, we'll keep searching for a place to settle. I was raised in Colne and spent my summers fishing the Tuatha coast. And when the war came, I threw my lot in with General Tolera. May she forgive herself. They claimed to be low on supplies, to be unable to spare even the smallest charity. But I know better. I have seen. Unlike us, they have everything they need, and more. Here we are safe from the Fae, all of them. We are simple people. We don't wish to be pawns in the games of immortals, summer or winter. As for Emaire, the villagers have made it very clear that we're not welcome. There would be more understanding if they had endured our hardships. Kill them. What else? I would do it myself, but I must lead my people. They have no hope left to speak of. My strength is all they have. Fine. Then we shall be discreet. There are 3 whom I suspect of scouting for the Tuatha. They are paid in gold. There is no record of their actions. Onred Amfast is posing as a military recruiter, while Froma and Nag are both residents of our camps in the plain. Be careful. Consider all of them well connected. Be swift. Be merciless. Onred lurks in the shade of the Forsaken Plain mostly. Try Emaire, or the West Phalanx. Froma and Nag are likely in one of the refugee camps to the east. Good luck. We should not speak again until the task is finished. The last thing we need is to draw attention. May justice be done.
Hi.
We would have been lost without Elrod Edmund. He was a great officer in the war, but was sent home when Emergen left it.
We're not safe. Not even in Emaire Village. They want nothing to do with us. Won't anyone help? People said Emaire would be safe, would welcome us. They were wrong.
The Forsaken Plain has its name for a reason.
Thanks again. You should keep moving to Rathir in the east. You'll find supplies there. At least more than we can...
We would have been lost without Elrod Edmund. Welcome! I'd avoid old Imundus. He's more agitated than usual since someone robbed him. The closest thing we have to a merchant is Han Tetrin, the tavern keeper. He gets shipments from Rathir.
This is no life. Trudging in the heat, sleeping in the dust. Our whole lives have been abandoned. Damn Tuatha.
I fought for the Alfar in the war, but left because I'd had my fill of bloodshed. Looks like it followed me home. Believe it or not, I'm not a native of these fair and forsaken plains. No, I was once a profitable exporter based in Rathir. Alas, my business went to the flame. Yes, that's right. I lost everything in the burn. But I found that opportunity always awaits those who search for it. I feel for these people. They've endured more than should be asked of anyone. I'd much rather stand by them than the cold souls of Emaire Village. It's the neighborhood burned to ash by the Tuatha in the early days of the war. It's been completely rebuilt, of course. But I know when to heed a message from the gods. See you.
Find the refugees. There are few healers as talented as Orcatello there, the tavern keep's wife. Have you met Onred Armfast? He says he works for the Alfar army, but I've yet to see any papers.
I left family in Culm. We couldn't take everyone. What became of them? The elders, the children? Have you seen Gelfar?
He's safe.
He travels with Edwin Hoswig. Now that I think of it, I haven't seen either of them in days.
How did you get past the guards?
I'd avoid the town scholars. Oddwald and Anka will talk you deaf. Check with Han in the tavern if you need supplies. Be careful.
Are you with the mage Arian Wrath? He's already gone. Spent a night in the tavern and then set out for Mull Rain.
Good day. What do you expect us to do? If If we let one refugee into the village, then we have to accept hundreds. We can't handle it.
New in town?
Oh, hello. I don't recognize your face. Strangers are somewhat scarce in a village like this one. Good day. I am Anchor Edmure, scholar and novice sagecrafter. Of course, I may not be a novice much longer. Not after the Scholia Arcana reads my latest discoveries. I have lived in Emaire for many years, uneventfully so. But recent events have led me to believe that my time here is all part of a greater destiny. You see, my apprentice Donald and I have noticed strange weather patterns that occur only in the Forsaken Plain. I don't have answers yet, but we will. Very few have noticed, but the temperature around the Forsaken Plain is dropping. It's so slight that you wouldn't even feel the chill unless you knew to expect it. I don't know the cause of this phenomenon, but I'm sure whatever it is will greatly interest the Scholia Arcana. I follow the strains of magic to this spot, across fields and forests and over sea and stone. There's a great power resting beneath Emaire. It's ancient, wild. They are the supreme authorities on magic, and for years I have petitioned them for membership. Unfortunately, they have yet to recognize my scholarship. Goodbye.
supplies. Check with Han in the tavern if you need supplies.
Stand back! The jail is closed to everyone but the militia. You'd best stroll elsewhere. Refugees are everywhere around the village, and they'll snatch anything they can get their sticky fingers on. Honestly, I didn't even know this village existed. I couldn't point to it on a map. It could disappear tomorrow, and no one would even notice. You wouldn't believe who they've got back there. Real hardened criminals. I think. Most of them just look like refugees, but how can one really tell? I can't give you entrance. It goes against every code I've sworn to uphold. At least, I think it does. I was a scholar before the war, a teacher in the fine art and history of tapestries and painting, skills that have little use during wartime. I became a soldier for the coin. It was that or starve. A shifty lot, those vagabonds. I'm not a noble, but I've taught enough of them to know that their condescension is justified. Some people are just born to steal, to scrounge. They can't help it. It's in their nature, like animals. Oh, this is sorrowful work.
All these refugees are making me nervous. Not much.
I wouldn't be out here after dark. Anything can happen. I wish we could afford a real trained guard around here.
Too much to ask. All I wanted, this is a fitting end. First my home is torched by the Tuatha, and now I'm locked up in here.
Hello there.
If you want to chat, visit Molly Janek the alchemist. She'll keep you busy for hours.
Just give me a straight answer. Is the General still in the cradle of summer?
She is for as much good as it'll do her. But the cards don't lie. She'll never get that door open. Fate says it's so.
Yes. Well, then I suppose we'll just have to change fate, won't we?
I am on official business. Unless you've been sent by the Alfar army, we have no reason to speak. I was a soldier once, in the years before the Crystal War. I saw many die at Gallifore Fields. You could say I learned my lesson. Never heard of such a fellow. I'm here as a recruiter for the Alfar army. My superiors believe there's still fresh blood to be wrung from the Forsaken Plain. They're wrong, of course. Let's just say I'm glad I'm not one of them. War is harsh on many people in many ways. Those of us who can avoid the suffering should. Good riddance. I'm finished with you. This conversation is over. Ask anyone and you'll get the same answer. They're animals. They care nothing for the mortal races. We're just dust to them. Ha! I'd like to see you prove that. Goodbye, my friend. I don't feel like talking about the Tuatha anymore. That's right. Be on your way. It's best for everyone. Good riddance. You with that Docklefar woman? Well, between you and me, I think she might be a bit off her head. That's what the cards say, at any rate. Don't know much about it, really. I'm not from here, I'm just passing through. If you've got a knack for it, there's a living to be scratched out of fate weaving. Farmers like to know their yields in advance, at least. Nasty out there. But with Freeman plaguing the roads south, there's not much safer travel to be had. Cold comfort. Pleasant travels.
Isn't it a glorious day, as if Helios himself warms us with a smile? To what do I owe this courtesy? I only have a few moments to spare. The godstorm awaits my return, and it doesn't like to wait. The name doesn't shake loose any memories. Was he a writer too? I have never laid my gaze upon it. Such a thing would not be proper. I am a dustling, a child of death. The cradle of summer must not be sullied by my taint. It is a good place to find the peace I need to complete my work, although the refugees have certainly slowed progress. I am not one for the cacophony of any kind. I don't know how the Fae in the cradle of summer can stand having us so near. Our mortal din is far too distracting, even for me. I was born in the city of Rathir, an orphan of the Wending. One day, I stumbled upon the Scholia Arcana library, and I found new life in the ancient books. My advice to them would be to gain some perspective. Villages grow and burn. There is only one event that is worth our attention, and that is the Godstorm. Of course, I don't typically prefer the company of others. Take the leader of these refugees, for example. Master Elrod Edmund. Gruff, coarse, not a pleasantry in sight. You didn't? I've been scouring the Forsaken Plain for such documents, but an old man can only stand the hot sun for so long. If you can bring me the rest of that research, I will compensate you accordingly. I am only days from completing the definitive work on the Godstorm, but I need those papers. Never have I been blessed with such good fortune. They are lost to the ages, I'm afraid. Mines such as Awald and Callus are rare. I suspect that their works have been spread across the plains. Keep your eyes open. How goes the search? I see you've obtained some of the papers. Excellent. Keep looking. Athene's wisdom be yours.
Have you met Arnred Armfast? He says he works for the Alfar army,
Hello.
but I have yet to see any papers.
I'm finished with you. This conversation is over. I don't feel like talking about the Tuatha anymore. A spy? Me? Ridiculous. You might want to stop your drinking while you still have some of your wits left. Or perhaps I better stop you myself. Good riddance. The refugees aren't the only ones affected by the war. Our dead may be buried, but we'll never forget them.
It's about time. Someone new. I was beginning to think I'd turn to dust here at this counter alone, uninteresting and not having spoken to another soul in days. Han likes to keep me up here because down there I fill his ears with talk. Like that's a bad thing. This village is a graveyard sometimes. Talk would do it some good. Molly Janik at your service. I teach alchemy. What can be taught, that is. Most of it is a gift. Either you have it or you don't. So bored. Oh, good. You again. Don't you dare leave me here to this life of isolation and drudgery. I can teach you things, important things. Just don't go. It's big business around here. The magic of the Forsaken Plain has cooked up some mighty strange ingredients, that's for sure. You'll find some pretty weird stuff. My father was an alchemist. He trained me and my sister Lila to carry on his legacy. Lila hates people, spends most of her time in the cradle of summer, alone. Dull. I hate to say it, but the refugees are the most excitement we've seen here in weeks. You'd think there'd be more drama with a war on, but not in Emaire. Here we are between the cradle of summer and Rathir, and I spend my days watching the clouds drift by. What do you want to know? If you're going to spend time with Lila, you might want to prepare yourself beforehand. She's, unique. Lila has spent far too long in the cradle of summer with the Fae and their magic. All of that exposure has, how do I put this, altered her perspective. She's strange, all right. There, I said it. Han is an idiot. He's the only one who's imposed this ban on refugees in the village. To what end? They don't want trouble. Only food, water, a warm bed. Idiot. I'll wait for you.
May I help you? There is very little of interest to know about me. I'm a simple scholar. I'm here for the serenity, the quiet. It took much gold to secure a permanent residence here, and for reassurances that there would be few questions. They are poor creatures. I pity them, as should you. Where did you hear that name? The man you speak of is dead, and all of his wealth has died with him. I told you, I don't know the man. Enough. You're persistent, I understand. What do you want? I want no part of that old life. Not the gold, not the reputation, not the worry. I made that false grave because I was tired of people hounding me for salvation. Wish to know where my money is? I'll tell you. It's gone. All gone. All I have left are my family rings. I just want to be left alone. To start over. Can't you appreciate that? Please, show me some mercy. Thank you. It was never my intent to hurt anyone, or to deny the needy what they deserve. But I am one man, and all I have left is for my future generations. Take this ring. I don't like to owe anyone, not anymore. He was my gardener. When the Tuatha killed him, I decided to take his name. It was the only thing he had that belonged to him. Perhaps he lives on now because of me. Goodbye. Haven't you said enough? Goodbye.
If you want to chat, visit Molly Janek the alchemist. She'll keep you busy for hours.
Hello, I'm Orca Tetran, village healer. You're new in Emaire. I never forget a face. Are you with the refugees? I'm sure you've heard about how Emaire is the birthplace of modern herbalism, a cradle of enchanted flora, a haven for the wildest reagents. Me, I don't care about that. I like the people. We get all sorts of interesting folk in here, like Oddwald the Scribe, like you. Nope, I'm never bored, not in Emaire. I've never met one so obsessed. He goes on and on about his life's work, as if other mortals will find his study of the Fae as fascinating as he does. You can usually find him holed up in his house across the way, but sometimes he spends time here with us in the tavern. They are a sorry caravan. I, for one, believe their stories. Look what the Tuatha have done across the sea, and what they intend to do if they arrive here. Gods forbid. What would stop them from sending warriors to hunt us down by our very hearths? The Tuatha will not rest until they break us. That is why we must never let them. Bye. Stay safe. Welcome back. Do you require assistance? Bye. Stay safe. Welcome to Emaire.
You again? I've told you everything I know about those two knaves. Do not waste my time. Return to me only if you carry my stolen amulet. I will reward you well. This village was once a bustling crossroads for traders and dealers in the arcane. However, in recent years, it has become a barren outpost for the ignorant. Disgusting, sweaty, pathetic things. Do not misunderstand me. I have sympathy for the wretched, but only if they're far from my doorstep. It was an impressive gem sold to me on the road to Haxi. Quite the curio. It is called the Eye of Aman, a magical token shaped by the Fae Aman the Clever. I've yet to research it thoroughly, but it is certainly valuable. One must keep an eye on every possession since the freemen began to terrorize the plain. Some dare to enter the village even with the militia outside. I am W. Mundus, owner of Oddities and Curios by W. Mundus. I have lived in Emaire Village for nearly 1 year. I detest it. And don't get me started on the Alpha. I've told you everything, fool. I've told you everything, fool. Farewell, stranger. You again? I've told you everything. Goodbye.
Oh.
What do you want? Do you always approach strangers out in the wild? It's a bad habit, to be sure. What kind of question is that? You want to know about the Tuatha? Go back to Tawili. Gaze at the fires that never cease. There's your education. I have no idea what you mean. The thought is offensive at best. I'll teach you not to make such accusations. Bye.
Stop staring at me. I'm not doing anything strange. You're the outsider here. I worked in my uncle's granary. I hated it, but I guess that doesn't matter now. I'll take the little gold I have left and start my own business. Someplace safe, I hope. Tuatha? Are you mad? The only thing I know about the Tuatha is how they killed my cousins and put my granary to the torch. You're joking, right? Wow. I've had plenty of crazy accusations during all of this, but that's something special. I've told you everything. What is it that you want from me? Who told you? Was it Froma? I knew she was weak. I need the gold, okay? The Tuatha took everything. The least I can do is take their money. Listen, spare me and I'll leave. Disappear. Just go where they can never find me. That's a promise. Goodbye. You're blocking my sunshine, broad shoulders. Goodbye.
I'm just about ready to give up. Tell me, have you heard any news of Britt Hagney or his final resting place? Lost to the Forsaken Plain, he is. Oh well, it was certainly worth the search. Can't even imagine the kind of new life those rings would have given me. It's better not to think about. Thanks for your help. Here's a little something for your trouble. I'll be seeing you around. I won't always be a refugee. Maybe the Warsworn is the place for me. Or the Travelers. Anywhere but here.
The road has been long for you, my friend. You wear the dust of a job well done. I thank you. The people of the Tuatha coast thank you. I have seen much savagery on the eastern shores. May it stay there, where blood fills the boots of the fallen. We all do our part. You have done yours. Stay vigilant. You may rest peacefully, my friend. You're a contributor, an ally. Too many are content to sit back and wait for the world to right itself. Stay vigilant.